Imagine standing at the edge of influence. Knowing the path to ultimate control lies not in friendship or fairness, but in understanding the cold, calculated, and often feared forces that govern human behavior. Most avoid this truth, because facing it requires confronting a ruthless reality, one that most are too timid to embrace. In this video, we will dismantle the illusions about leadership and reveal the ruthless power you are afraid to face. By the end, you will understand why fear, strategy, and unflinching decisiveness are not just tools, they are survival. In a world that praises kindness and morality, one truth is often ignored: power is ruthless. Those who seek it must confront a reality they are terrified of acknowledging. The world does not reward goodness, it rewards effectiveness. Today, we will explore the dark art of power through the lens of Machiavelli, revealing the strategies and mindset required to claim and retain authority in a world that respects only strength and cunning. Power is a force that does not bend to sentiment. It is neither fair nor just, and it owes nothing to morality or ideals. In the pursuit of power, one must understand a truth that many refuse to acknowledge: the world respects only strength, decisiveness, and the ability to act when others hesitate. The great illusion that power can be gentle is a dangerous lie. Those who approach it with naivety, with the hope that virtue alone will guide them, often fall first. Power is cold, power is calculated, power is unforgiving, and to survive within its grip, one must adopt these very qualities. History is littered with examples of men and women who failed to grasp this essential principle. They relied on popularity, on kindness, on reputation, and yet the very forces they underestimated, envy, ambition, greed, crushed them. Look at the rulers who were loved but not feared. They trusted those around them. They believed in loyalty as if it were a currency with intrinsic value. Yet when the storm came, those they counted on were the first to betray them. Power does not care for sentiment, it recognizes only opportunity and weakness. To wield power effectively, one must approach it like a general approaches the battlefield. Every move must be measured, every word must be intentional. Hesitation is fatal, and hesitation is often the result of morality or indecision. Machiavelli observed that those who wait for the approval of others are doomed to mediocrity, while those who strike decisively, even when their actions are harsh, command attention, obedience, and fear. It is not cruelty for cruelty's sake, but cruelty when necessary that preserves authority. One must learn to act with precision, to calculate the consequences, and to anticipate the reactions of both allies and enemies. Consider the concept of fortune, which Machiavelli often describes as a river that can flood without warning. Power is not static, it flows, it shifts, it tests those who attempt to hold it. The one who is rigid, who depends solely on past victories or inherited privilege, will find themselves swept away when circumstances change. Only those who understand the cold, unyielding nature of power, who are willing to adapt and act without hesitation, will endure. There is no room for sentiment, for hesitation, for the comforting illusions of morality. Power is survival, and survival favors the ruthless, the strategic, and the vigilant. Every decision a ruler makes sends ripples through the court, the city, the nation. A single moment of weakness is not forgotten, it is exploited. Allies will question loyalty, enemies will probe for opportunity, and the masses will whisper doubts. The man or woman who understands this truth does not rely on the approval of others but on the mastery of circumstance. They study human nature, they anticipate desires and fears, they manipulate appearances while maintaining the core of their power hidden beneath a disciplined exterior. This is the calculated precision that true power demands. Moreover, power is unforgiving. It does not forgive error, hesitation, or naivety. One misstep can unravel years of influence. Machiavelli's lessons remind us that the world is filled with those who desire authority, yet only a few can maintain it. A ruler must embrace the uncomfortable reality that decisions must sometimes be made swiftly and without regard for approval. Compassion cannot cloud judgment when the survival of authority is at stake. One must act, even when actions are harsh, because in the balance of power, inaction is the deadliest choice of all. To the aspiring leader, this lesson may seem harsh, even frightening. It demands a transformation of mindset. The naive belief that power is benevolent, that it can be shared without consequence, must be discarded. In its place, one must cultivate a mind that sees the world as it is, competitive, ambitious, and unforgiving. To understand power is to understand that fear and respect are often stronger tools than love or admiration. To wield power is to embrace its coldness, to act decisively, and to recognize that hesitation can be fatal. Power also demands solitude of a certain kind. Those who seek it must be willing to act alone, to make choices that others cannot comprehend or support, and to accept the isolation that often comes with authority. The path of power is not paved with camaraderie, it is forged in the crucible of decision, strategy, and sometimes ruthless action. The ruler who fails to accept this will be consumed, not by external enemies alone, but by the internal weakness of indecision and sentiment. And yet, there is a paradox. The very ruthlessness that power demands, when executed with wisdom and discipline, can also secure loyalty and stability. The people, the advisors, and even the enemies, when confronted with decisive authority, learn to respect boundaries and the natural order of command. Power, wielded correctly, is not chaos. It is control. It is not oppression for its own sake. It is the maintenance of structure, the enforcement of consequence, and the preservation of authority. Those who understand this paradox, who embrace the cold, calculated, and unforgiving nature of power, are those who endure where others fail. In the world of power, there exists a choice that every ruler, every aspiring leader must confront, a choice between love and fear. At first, the idea seems almost cruel to contemplate. We are taught that to be loved is to be admired, respected, and cherished. But Machiavelli warns us that love is fleeting, fragile, and unreliable. It is a wind that can change direction with a single whisper of rumor or the shift of public opinion. Fear, on the other hand, is steady, enduring, and commanding. Fear ensures obedience when love alone cannot. It is the tool that safeguards authority in moments when loyalty is tested, when temptation whispers to those who would betray. Consider this: a leader beloved by all may appear strong, but beneath the veneer of admiration lies vulnerability. Those who love you are not bound to you when the stakes are high. They may cheer in your victories, but they will flee or plot against you when danger arises. Love does not compel action. It persuades, it pleases, it soothes. Fear compels. Fear drives compliance, even in the absence of affection. Machiavelli understood this distinction, and he argued that a wise ruler does not seek to be loved at all costs, because the currency of love is unreliable in the harsh calculus of power. Yet, Machiavelli does not advocate for indiscriminate cruelty. The ruler who seeks fear must exercise judgment. Fear must be tempered by respect. It must be measured, strategic, and consistent. Excessive cruelty or oppression can provoke rebellion, while calculated fear can secure obedience and even admiration for the decisiveness it conveys. Fear, wielded correctly, becomes a tool not of tyranny, but of preservation. It enforces boundaries and communicates that betrayal, disobedience, or weakness will have consequences. It is a stabilizing force in a world where loyalty is conditional and ambition is constant. To illustrate this, one can look to the examples of history. The rulers who inspired dread were often those who survived the tests of time. Their actions, though sometimes harsh, were deliberate and precise. They instilled fear in those who might oppose them, while offering rewards to those who remained loyal. Contrast this with rulers who relied solely on popularity. They were celebrated in public, but their reigns were fragile. The moment adversity struck, the very people who professed love turned to opportunism, revealing the fragility of sentiment as a foundation of power. Love alone does not preserve authority. Fear, tempered by respect and intelligence, does. Fear also serves as a shield against betrayal. In every court, every organization, and every hierarchy, there are those who covet your position, your influence, or your authority. They may smile in your presence, but their ambitions simmer quietly. Fear creates a deterrent. It signals that any attempt to undermine the leader will have consequences. The knowledge that treachery carries a price ensures caution, restraint, and obedience. A ruler who underestimates this will find that admiration cannot prevent knives from striking in the shadows, while fear alone can shape behavior, control ambition, and secure loyalty even when love falters. Furthermore, fear fosters clarity and decisiveness. When a ruler is loved more than feared, they may hesitate to act against popular opinion, even when action is necessary for survival. They may compromise or delay in order to avoid upsetting those who admire them, opening themselves to danger. Fear frees the ruler from these constraints. It provides authority without the constant need for approval, allowing for swift and necessary decisions that secure power, protect the state, and eliminate threats. In the ruthless calculus of governance, hesitation can be fatal, and fear ensures the leader is never paralyzed by sentiment. Yet, there is a delicate balance. Fear without respect becomes tyranny, rebellion, and hatred. The wise ruler cultivates fear that is just and controlled, never allowing it to descend into wanton cruelty. This measured fear maintains authority without creating resentment strong enough to provoke uprising. It is a dance of perception, where power is both visible and subtle, both intimidating and respected. Those who master this dance find that fear can be a more reliable tool than love, for it ensures survival when others falter, and it commands obedience when sentiment alone would fail. Machiavelli's lesson is clear. Love is a pleasant adornment, but fear is the foundation of authority. To rely solely on admiration is to gamble with one's life and position. Those who understand human nature, who anticipate the ambitions, desires, and weaknesses of others, recognize that fear is the instrument of preservation. It communicates strength, enforces boundaries, and ensures compliance even when circumstances are uncertain. It is not cruelty for its own sake, but necessity for survival. Fear, wielded judiciously, secures the loyalty of many, protects against betrayal, and provides the freedom to act decisively without hesitation. The choice, therefore, is not moral, it is practical. The ruler must decide whether to build their reign on the shifting sands of affection or the solid foundation of calculated fear. Those who choose fear do not abandon justice or wisdom. They understand that power demands realism, not sentiment. They recognize that the world respects action, decisiveness, and the ability to command obedience. Fear ensures that authority is maintained, that ambitions are curbed, and that the ruler is never at the mercy of the whims of those who claim to love them. And yet, within this cold calculus lies an art. Fear is not merely intimidation. It is the careful orchestration of perception, consequence, and expectation. It is the knowledge that humans are motivated by self-interest, that they act to preserve themselves first, and that they respect those who demonstrate decisiveness and control. To be feared is not to be hated. It is to command respect, to communicate authority, and to secure the survival of power in a world that is inherently treacherous. In the realm of power, what is visible is often deceptive. The masses are swayed by appearances, believing that truth is found in what is presented before their eyes. Machiavelli understood this intimately, and he taught that the art of leadership is not simply to act, but to act in such a way that your intentions remain obscured, your moves unreadable, and your authority unquestioned. True influence is rarely direct. It is subtle, strategic, and concealed beneath a carefully constructed veneer. To wield power effectively, one must master deception, not as a vice, but as a necessity. Consider the world as it is. Human beings are easily manipulated by perception. People respond not to reality itself, but to what they perceive reality to be. The wise leader exploits this truth by presenting a controlled image, a carefully orchestrated persona. One can guide the thoughts, fears, and desires of others without them ever realizing they are being guided. Deception is not simply lying, it is the art of shaping perception to align with one's objectives. It is the silent hand that moves the chess pieces before the opponent even knows the game has begun. Strategy, when paired with deception, becomes unstoppable. The ruler who relies solely on brute force or public morality is limited. They are predictable. The ruler who can combine foresight, cunning, and the ability to conceal intent creates a dynamic advantage. They operate several steps ahead of others, anticipating reactions, planning contingencies, and using misdirection to keep rivals off balance. Every action is a calculated signal, every word a tool, every silence a weapon. Those who fail to understand this often believe that openness is virtue, yet in power, openness is vulnerability. Machiavelli emphasized that appearances often matter more than reality. A leader may be weak, but if they appear strong, the world will treat them as strong. A ruler may harbor plans, but if they conceal them cleverly, the enemy will be blind to the threat until it is too late. The ability to manipulate perception is therefore as critical as the ability to act decisively. Deception allows the leader to navigate treacherous waters, controlling outcomes without provoking open resistance. It allows one to strike where opposition is least prepared, to win battles before they have even begun. Yet, deception is not haphazard. It is not a matter of trickery for its own sake. Every calculated lie, every misdirection, every carefully managed rumor must serve the larger goal, the consolidation and preservation of power. The successful ruler creates an image of virtue or strength when needed, conceals ambition when threatened, and cultivates the illusion of inevitability in their decisions. Those who cannot maintain this delicate balance, who are careless with perception, invite chaos. Allies and enemies alike will see through the facade, and the carefully constructed edifice of authority collapses under scrutiny. The genius of strategic deception lies in its subtlety. The masses are rarely fooled by blatant lies. They are swayed by the elegance of manipulation, the plausibility of appearances. A ruler may publicly endorse fairness while privately eliminating threats. They may offer generosity to disarm suspicion while consolidating influence in silence. Every action is orchestrated to achieve maximum effect with minimal resistance. The world judges by what it sees, and the skillful leader ensures that what it sees aligns with the objectives of power. Furthermore, strategy is not static. It requires constant observation, adaptation, and anticipation. The environment of power is fluid. Alliances shift, ambitions grow, and circumstances evolve. The ruler who clings rigidly to a single plan, who acts without regard for changing conditions, will be overtaken. The ruler who understands strategy as an ongoing process, who integrates deception, intelligence, and timing, ensures that they are always several moves ahead. They create a web in which opponents are trapped by their own assumptions, misled by the signals the ruler controls, and guided into paths that serve the ruler's ultimate goals. Even more, deception extends beyond the political or organizational sphere. It operates in the human heart, where fear, hope, and desire can be manipulated to secure obedience and loyalty. The wise leader understands the ambitions of those around them, predicts their reactions, and adjusts appearances to guide behavior. By managing perception, a ruler can control dissent, channel energy toward desired outcomes, and avoid unnecessary confrontation. The art of influence is as much about what is hidden as what is revealed. Those who ignore this principle find that trust can be fragile, loyalty conditional, and power fleeting. Machiavelli's teachings remind us that true leadership is never simple. It is a sophisticated interplay of psychology, timing, and tactical concealment. Power is won and maintained not by the obvious, but by the unseen currents that shape human behavior. Those who grasp this understand that the appearance of virtue, the illusion of inevitability, and the subtle orchestration of events can achieve what force alone cannot. Deception and strategy are therefore not merely tools, they are the instruments by which influence becomes enduring. Ultimately, the leader who masters deception and strategy gains an almost unassailable advantage. They navigate the complexities of human ambition with precision, manipulate appearances without exposure, and act decisively while keeping their true intentions hidden. In a world where enemies lurk in every shadow and ambition simmers quietly in every heart, the ability to conceal, misdirect, and anticipate is the difference between survival and downfall. The instruments of power are rarely visible, yet they determine outcomes, shape loyalty, and secure authority in ways that force alone could never achieve. Power, once acquired, is never guaranteed. The struggle does not end with the seizure of authority. In many ways, it only begins. Machiavelli teaches that maintaining power is far more difficult than attaining it. History is filled with rulers who rose to prominence with brilliance, only to crumble due to negligence, complacency, or misjudgment. The moment a leader assumes that their position is secure, they invite disaster. The preservation of power requires vigilance, foresight, and an unflinching awareness of human nature. One must never forget that ambition, envy, and treachery are constants, and that the loyalty of others is rarely unconditional. Complacency is a silent killer. It creeps in when victories are celebrated, when authority feels comfortable, when the ruler assumes that past success guarantees the future. Those who relax in the belief that their power is unassailable fail to see the subtle shifts in alliances, the quiet plotting of rivals, and the simmering discontent among followers. Machiavelli emphasizes that no position, no matter how secure it appears, is immune to challenge. The vigilant ruler anticipates threats before they manifest, studies the ambitions of allies and enemies alike, and acts decisively to neutralize danger before it grows. Power must be constantly monitored, adjusted, and reinforced, because stagnation is the breeding ground for betrayal. Betrayal is the constant shadow that looms over authority. Those closest to the ruler, advisors, confidants, generals, and family, often harbor ambitions of their own. They may feign loyalty while plotting to advance themselves at the ruler's expense. The wise leader never underestimates the duplicity of others. Machiavelli insists that trust must be earned, observed, and tested, not granted blindly. One must cultivate awareness of human nature, recognizing that desire and self-interest often override sentiment and gratitude. Betrayal is not an aberration, it is the natural tendency of those who sense an opportunity to improve their position. A ruler who fails to account for this risk is doomed to be undermined from within. To endure, the ruler must also embrace adaptability. The world is not static, circumstances change, alliances shift, and the forces that once supported authority may turn against it. A successful leader is like a river, flexible, responsive, and capable of navigating obstacles without losing momentum. Rigidity invites collapse. Clinging to outdated methods, traditions, or loyalties can blind the ruler to evolving threats. The longevity of rule demands the ability to pivot, to anticipate change, and to act with precision before challenges solidify into crises. Those who resist adaptation find that their power erodes slowly, invisibly, until it is too late to respond. Machiavelli also emphasizes the role of perception in sustaining authority. A ruler must be seen as strong, decisive, and unyielding. Appearances matter because the public, allies, and enemies alike respond more to perception than to reality. Even when threats are hidden or manageable, projecting vigilance and control deters potential challengers. A ruler who appears complacent invites confrontation, while one who exudes unwavering authority discourages plots before they begin. The careful orchestration of image is therefore as crucial to the longevity of rule as the management of action and strategy. Furthermore, the wise ruler balances firmness with judicious flexibility. Strength without discernment provokes rebellion, Leniency without strength invites exploitation. Maintaining power is an intricate dance between authority and pragmatism. Allies must be rewarded to ensure loyalty, yet reminded of consequences to prevent arrogance. Rivals must be monitored and, when necessary, neutralized with subtlety rather than brute force. The ruler who masters this balance builds a foundation that can withstand the inevitable storms of ambition, envy, and upheaval. Historical examples illustrate this principle vividly. Those rulers who failed to recognize the fragility of their power were often toppled not by overwhelming armies, but by betrayal from within, by advisors who turned opportunistic, or by the complacency that blinded them to growing discontent. In contrast, rulers who maintained constant vigilance, who understood human nature, and who acted with strategic foresight survived and even thrived through generations of instability. Their longevity was not the product of chance. It was the outcome of disciplined attention, calculated action, and an unrelenting commitment to preserving authority. Ultimately, the endurance of power rests on the leader's ability to integrate insight, strategy, and foresight. To rule effectively is not merely to command in the present, but to anticipate the future, to foresee threats, and to act preemptively. Complacency is the ally of those who wish to overthrow, and betrayal is the weapon of those who sense weakness. The ruler who seeks to maintain authority must be relentless in observation, unyielding in action, and unflinching in judgment. Vigilance is the price of survival, adaptability the shield against change, and the understanding of human ambition the key to enduring rule. Power, as we have explored, is neither gentle nor forgiving. It is a force that demands understanding, decisiveness, and a willingness to embrace the harsh realities that most dare not face. The nature of power is cold, calculated, and relentless, rewarding only those who act with clarity and precision, while punishing hesitation and sentiment. It is a battlefield in which every misstep is exploited, every weakness magnified, and every delay can cost you your position. To survive, one must choose fear over love, not as a reflection of cruelty, but as a pragmatic recognition of human nature. Love is fleeting, admiration is conditional, but fear, wielded wisely, ensures obedience, respect, and the preservation of authority. Those who attempt to rule solely through affection discover, too late, that loyalty without consequence is fragile and unreliable. The judicious use of fear is not tyranny. It is the instrument by which power endures when tested by ambition, betrayal, and circumstance. Deception and strategy are the hidden weapons that separate the transient from the enduring. True influence lies not in brute force or public admiration, but in the art of perception, the orchestration of appearances, and the careful concealment of intent. The ruler who can manipulate perception, anticipate reactions, and act several steps ahead of rivals commands outcomes without exposing vulnerability. Strategy without deception is predictable. Deception without strategy is reckless. Together, they form the arsenal of power that allows a leader to control events, shape loyalty, and survive threats both visible and hidden. And yet, even mastery of fear and strategy is not enough without vigilance. Longevity of rule demands constant awareness of human ambition, the avoidance of complacency, and the readiness to act against betrayal before it can fester. Authority must be nurtured, reinforced, and projected with both strength and prudence. Those who fail to adapt, who underestimate the ambitions of others, or who allow comfort to dull their awareness, invite the very downfall they sought to avoid. Enduring power is earned through relentless observation, calculated action, and a disciplined understanding of the fragile balance between control and influence. The lessons of Machiavelli are unflinching because they reflect the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. Power is a harsh teacher, rewarding decisiveness, cunning, and vigilance, while punishing naivety, sentimentality, and weakness. To embrace these principles is to confront the ruthless reality of authority and to wield it with mastery. It is not for the timid, the sentimental, or the unprepared. It is for those willing to face the uncomfortable truths of human nature, to act with precision, and to endure where others falter. The ruthless power you have feared to face is not an enemy, it is a reality. And those who understand it, who embrace it, and who wield it skillfully, shape the world rather than being shaped by it.